All right, what's up, you guys? It is Klaireeberry. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm so happy you could make it today, whether you're watching live or not. Just a quick second. Gotta mute that over here. Okay, so I hope you had a really good day today. My day was like super busy out of the blue, so it was a little bit weird. I mean, I don't know. My job's always busy. So I just hope you guys are doing really, really well. And I'm really glad to be here with you guys. I want to just kind of introduce this is the first actual time that I have had the capabilities to do the super chat. So I do have that capability. If you want to stand out and, be noticed, feel free to use that feature. And, there's always shout outs, and it's a little bit different of a vibe, than your regular, I would say, average reading. So again, welcome, and I hope you guys are doing really, really well. Okay, I just really, really want that for you guys. Okay, we have some interesting energy, I would say, and of course we have our full moon, Scorpio. Okay, again, it can be very intense for people. It can be very this kind of like magnetic energy going on. We're just going to jump right in. This is a general reading, of course. Take what resonates, ditch what doesn't. We have courage in reverse, though, very important here, and possibly that, something that we need to focus on moving into the future here. Okay, be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. Be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. Very, very important, and especially right now. Okay, a lot of the readings that we've been doing lately have been talking about working on these changing beliefs, allowing ourselves to be malleable. Okay, we went through that whole cycle where we had a lot of, our Mercury was in Aquarius. We had a lot of energy in Aquarius, and now we still have our Mars in Aquarius until the 12th, actually. But our Mercury is in Taurus, so it's a little bit different of a, and just down to earth is the best way that I think that most people kind of would feel it and describe it. Okay, believe in the impossible with the blue moon here, and it's great because it's a full moon. And again, right now we do have our full moon basically right now today. And it's a full moon reading, so this is pretty important. Okay, and remember that you can take anything that I say, whether it's divine masculineness, divine feminineness, it can always be really directed towards more the person inside of you and not just the person that is, opposite or whoever in the relationship, not just divine masculine and feminine in the relationship, but the divine masculine and feminine inside of yourself. So be sure to stay open-minded. And we got the lamb. Oh, I love this for like springtime. Not because I eat lamb, because who would do that? This poor gentle animal. This is like, if lambs just make me think of Jesus, and I'd really say Yeshua. But I mean, in my mind, the way I see things, there was sacrifice going on at the temple, and it wasn't the right thing. It was a perverted version where there was like this basically a monopoly kind of. There was like an oligarchy going on. They had like hijacked the religion and were like making. I don't want to say bread. I don't want to say dough, because that would be better than it was meat. They're making meat, money. Their currency was in animals. And the high priest is who I'm referring to. But anyway, before I get all the way into that, just know that basically, this is about justice. I can tell you that right away. This is about gentleness. Okay, this is about love. This is about truth. This is about the courage to be who you really are, which goes along with our belief in the impossible. These two might as well here just be like right next to each other. They're so perfect together. Okay, and even we have this blue. Oh, I just love it when you get that color matching going on. So, all right, we're gonna just jump right in here. Okay. And what has been going on lately? We have all in reverse. Okay, so again, we have this kind of almost like an urgency feeling coming through. Okay, and we're looking at a situation where we are just evolving upon evolving upon evolving, like in numerous different aspects. We feel like we're getting to maybe the next level, or it could feel like going through just a lot of things right now. Okay, but as far as we have our kind of like this culmination, of our feelings, and really it has to be like a kind of a raw situation. You have to really be able to feel it. You have to be able to feel your emotions. Okay, we have a lot of this emotional aspects coming through here, and it might just be coming through, in our everyday life. And I'm not saying you're getting super emotional, but again, there's this learning how to kind of work with our emotions. It's like we're wise, if we can actually figure out how to do this. Okay, if we can, and to help others understand, oh yeah, like beyond, this is the calling. You see the freshness, and this just, it's totally, everything starts to make sense. Everything starts to match up. Okay, that serendipitous energy, I'm really getting a lot of that right now. So we may be feeling just this really a magnetic, almost like intensity in a really, really positive way. Okay, and it is going to be emotional. It is going to be emotional within, this day and these next couple of days. We can always say, again, it's a weekend ahead. Like we're looking at 3 days here, because we have the full like Friday, Saturday, and then we have, of course, Mother's Day on the 10th. Okay, so I think I'm going to do another video, maybe getting into some of that numerology a little bit. But again, there's new evolution in how we're doing things, and our habits are changing, and that's something that needs to happen. And if you haven't quite been focused on that, then just realize that, again, the outside has to match the inside here. We really want to step up to the next level, be challenged, have that courage to really be, how do I phrase this? The ethics are matching on the outside and the inside. And I'm just going to use this as an example, but it's when you say you're an animal lover, do you still eat animals? Do you identify as an animal lover? Question mark. Do you eat animals? Question mark. Okay, these things do not go together. They are not the same, right? This is an example, okay? And I don't mean to always hijack it, but that is an example. And it's getting those ethics on the inside to match the outside. So it's getting, again, these feelings, as, again, take it as a metaphor, feelings on the inside and the outside that are really being able to be matched up, and the way that you're living is really, you're having a calling, I think, for this collective group to really just, again, kind of come into that alignment and make that, really walk the walk, really just walk the walk. That is what we really want to do. We want to have, it's like we want that street cred kind of, and again, these are all metaphors as usual, as we usually do here. And again, welcome. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I am gonna start doing more lives because, yeah, my kids are finally getting older to that age where they're not gonna, they know they can't interrupt if mommy's doing lives. But yeah, I'm really glad you guys are here. Okay, so I'm gonna take just a couple more to kind of go a little bit more into this is kind of what's been going on. We'll look at what we're facing, and then we're going to get into what's kind of blocking the union. So what we have, as we're kind of facing our identity, which we've been doing all year, changing in really deep ways, and it's getting to the point where, again, I think in the beginning of the year, again, we were changing more in these mental ways. We were changing more, wrapping our heads around it. We were like having to just, it's almost like when you're in shock, especially with the way the new year went. It's like, oh wow, we're just adjusting to this mentally, we're getting our heads wrapped around it, and now it's like we're getting deeper to this emotional level, okay? And that's causing all sorts of implications for us, which if we're doing the right thing here, then we're going to have progress, okay? So that's what we want, but we have to kind of allow ourselves to be open, and it's really this open-hearted energy, taking, again, what's in your heart and making sure that that's what's coming across in the physical plane, not just today, not just for these next 45 minutes, and then go back to your old ways. It's like really making solid, new, habitual, like habits, basically. Habitual habits, yes. So, and again, it's a lifestyle. There may be a really deep kind of lifestyle change that may just be even beyond this spirituality. And I tell you, again, if it's something, that you really are passionate about, then follow it and go with this, and don't be afraid, because it will probably just be the best thing. One of the best things that you've ever done. And a lot of the changes that are just going on, like, again, there's just change. Like, it's kind of jarring. It's like, we just want this peace. Can we just have some rest? And it's like, okay, you can, but you have to find it. You have to have the courage to go seek it. And I don't know, with this belief in the impossible, it's just coming through. As we know, it's not really impossible, because obviously we believe in it. So we're already to a point where we know that, but it's just that reminder to kind of make that cycle quicker, to come back, to come back and hit it again, to come back and focus on it again, to come back and meditate again, to come back and do more shadow work again. Like, hit it. It's like a punching bag. It's like you can sit there and punch it slow, but you're not gonna get as good of a workout if you're sitting there, beating that thing up fast. You know what I mean? Like, hit this. I don't want to be like cussing here, but it rhymes, so you got to say hit that shit. Like, get this done. Okay, there's no more blockages unless you are allowing it to happen by not getting it done. That's what this is all about. Is that a fence blocking you? Not really, right? You can overcome this, okay? And again, what we're doing here is just getting this this thought and belief cycle into alignment, okay? So the thoughts and the beliefs are our inner side, and everything else is what kind of gets out there. Change begins within. As within, so without. Everything begins within. So that's the focus. And again, I have programs, playlists. Check the description box below. I have personal readings. All of this is designed to get you in union. So go ahead and check that out if you want some more guidance and help and intuition, because that's what I specialize in. I'm a Cancer sun sign and a moon sign, so I've realized over the years that there's psychic energy here. So, and to know, really the twin flame situation, like inside and out, really, really deeply, after over 10 years, of being with my twin flame, knowing and loving my twin flame. So you have this too. That's why you're here, because like twin flames don't just connect with twin flames don't just connect with their twin flame, like once we get on this level, we actually connect with other twin flames. And it's almost like we could have our future could be like support groups for twin flames, it's kind of there is this opening up, and we've been dealing with this situation. Just want to pull that too. We have a lot of growth, and divine masculine is coming too with a lot of this emotional healing. So right now it's almost like don't have this worry at all. Just do what you're it's kind of that follow your bliss. Okay? Because it's kind of like, and it's there. Something's pulling you. Again, something's, I don't want to say nagging you, but again, there's something there, that this change. And again, being willing, able, leader, go ahead and go. Jump through, be the first one to jump through the hoops. Go ahead and go for this, go for it all. And it may humble you in a way, as all really good, learning does. And it's like, oh my gosh, you realize how many mistakes you made, but you're free, because you're no longer really mad at yourself, because now you figured it out. Now you know why you did those things in the past. Now you can move on. Shadow work is amazing. I have shadow work playlists. I have Twin Flames Talks playlists. You guys check these out if you haven't yet before. Again, I really want to I know this is going on a little, actually we're doing pretty well on time, you guys. How are you doing? You know what, do I not have this chat on right? Because I know it's ridiculous. Like, I hope you guys haven't been chatting, because I haven't been seeing anything, because I think I have this setting on wrong. This is my first time. I have actually not done a live stream for a really long time, but yeah, it's not actually my first time. So anyway, I want to look at things. We're going to just take 4 here. Any blockages here? Okay, to our union. And thank you guys for the likes and shares and subscribes and comments, especially. Okay, so again, divine feminine, divine masculine, there's something inside of us that really is together. It is together, regardless of whether we're physically, even in communication. You have to understand your souls are still there. So it's kind of almost this comfort, this having comfort in that, okay? Which is beautiful beyond belief, right? And again, the beliefs right now and this whole entire year, we should really be, it really has kind of awoken us in a way to be more open-minded about things. What could happen in a way? Some, not for every single person, obviously, okay? But I think there's definitely kind of what I was just alluding to, a lot of systematic groupthink. This is kind of just literally screaming groupthink. It's kind of caught up, in this wheel, in this spinning, in this game, this mundane, and this money. So any work that we actually do here really it's not just for us, there's a purpose here that's beyond just this. We think, just getting together. Don't necessarily put everything on your person. Don't necessarily think that everything is the end all be all with your person, because your person is an avenue for the spirituality. And if you need to in a lifetime, you can bypass your twin flame. Your twin flame is just, I don't want to say it's just a tool. Your twin flame is not just a tool. It's much deeper than that. But there are lifetimes, I believe, that go by, where you're not even with your twin flame. And that may seem unfortunate to some, but that just goes to show how lucky kind of and privileged that we are, maybe to be even in contact with our twin flame in this lifetime. You guys, oh my gosh, I am not actually crying, but I'm like, this is hitting me, because it is a blessing. And I want you guys to fully understand this and realize this and understand that again, it's not necessarily about being physically together in this moment. We have these moments where we're so caught up in getting together. I want to be with you. Like, I want to see you. I want to do everything. I want to be with you. Right. And it's like, okay, that's great. That's a good thing, even to think about that. And it's great, but that's not the end all be all. Okay. The end all be all is the purpose, is the mission that is even beyond. There's different levels to things. It's like, I would say, your body. People say your body's just a shell. It's not a spiritual thing. It's a mundane thing. I say no. Your body's actually spiritual. It's a tool. It's a chariot. It takes you really where you need to go. That's all I can really say. Same thing. And it's sacred. It's sacred in that way because it is a tool of God. It is a tool. And that's why there's always all those quotes about, your body's a temple. Treat your body as a temple. It is very important, and that's been lost to a lot of our society. It's just kind of the making religion appeasable, attractive just to the masses. They water it down. I'll just say that, and that's part of, they water it down so much it just seems like it's all cliches and bullshit, but this is deep. This is a deep, like, I don't want to say like twin flames is your religion, because again, it's way beyond that, and I'm not putting it on religion, but there's a spiritual aspect here, again, that I think everything that's going on is, in a way, I mean, you could just say, a lot of people say, it's just this moving, from this 3D up to the, or 4D to the, up to 5D, where there's a meshing, there's an imbalance in certain things. And, there's a lot of different ways that you can describe these types of phenomenon that people say is going on, but there is something to this. We're coming into the age of the actual Aquarius, and that's why we have this whole year is just a complete mind F. I try not to cuss anymore here because I don't think it's good for the algorithm, but the likes are good for the algorithm. So thank you guys again for the likes. Thank you for being here. I really hope that this chat is on. I think, okay, it says all messages are visible. So, okay. So anyway, sorry, I get a little bit more distracted on the live stuff, at least to start out here. Okay, so again, we want to rise. We want to we're starting to really be able to kind of flex our spiritual muscle a little bit more, and that's excellent. And I want you to just keep that up, because that is what this is about. And this could be, again, this could be a career. This could be a whole way of life. This could be, I don't want to say an identity, because I don't really even believe in getting identities wrapped up in certain little aspects of life, because our identity is completely beyond our even imagination. We are so divine, we can't even label ourselves. I like, like, we are just so, you can call us a label, but we're so beyond that. We are so divine, we don't even know it. And here again, we kind of always have this moment, like, we have the Princess of Cups, and then we have the Prince of Cups. So right here, this is just speaking again to the beauty of this relationship. And I always say, if you're here and you're watching this video, I really strongly believe that you're pulled, but as long as it's not abusive, then I definitely believe, this is a strong sign. If there's any doubt, and whenever there is any doubt, just know that, this is a match, and there's difference and there's opposites, but again, we kind of have that opposites attract mentality. And really the culmination here is that we're breaking, these old cycles, and we're starting to kind of get our power back as a people. And there's a lot, there's a lot going on, okay, with the forces, and just always believe in the power of good. That's kind of one, just to have that again, I always am talking about these underlying beliefs, prayers, mantras, things that you can do that are like to set you up to have this best life possible. And I give a lot of different examples, but that's just another example. of doing that is just believing, that things are going in this direction, that they're believing that there is this justice literally for everyone, whether you want to say God, Yeshua, Jesus, Elohim, Adonai, whatever you want to say, all of these different ways, universe, I don't care how you want to describe your higher power or God or whatever, but there is, this vast collective kind of, I want to say uprising, but it's more of like this just understanding. It's an uprising of the vibration, but it's an understanding again that this kind of almost this hamster wheel like is not where we want to be collectively as a group. So again, we're kind of waking up, and that's why all of these different gifts that we have, if we're really in tune with our spirit. Okay, here, let's just back up. The world, let's just say we have our villainous, mundane, they're trying to milk and, rape the whole world and all of this stuff. So it's like Avatar. It's like the movie, right? You have all this going on, and then all of a sudden, what do you have? Well, the whole universe conspires, to have your back. We've got these tools. We don't mess with us. We've got Mother Nature's on our back and all of this stuff. This is the powers, because we have the power, because we are the stardust. We are connected to, hi, thank you, Lewis Lovelace. Welcome, Virgo. Okay, I have to say, Twin Flame is a Virgo through and through. And I love my earth sign. So welcome so much. I am just so happy to have this free time to be with you guys right now. And I know it seems silly, but I'm just literally happy to be here. So again, breaking away of these old ways that don't serve us anymore. And it's happening again collectively. The more that we can have this courage to go within, the more we're going to have this direction and this knowledge of where to go and what to do. And it's the wise really have the sight, they do have this foresight. Okay. And again, there's just so much connectedness, and I feel like the connectedness might be underground right now. And that's okay, again, because we have to realize we have to get to new cycles. And again, we have to, in order to kind of break the old ones, there may have to be a little bit of space. And it's just the energy that we carry. Again, when you talk about the law of attraction, you can change things very quickly. It's kind of a matter of belief. How fast do you believe you can change things? How fast do you believe things are getting better? Let's hope that you're speaking that things are getting better. You're saying that things are getting better. You're thinking it, you're praying it, you're really focusing on that truly and making it happen. Okay, things are moving again, and this is what we want to see. And this just means the more on your game you are. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I'll get better at this. I promise. Okay. So yeah, like I said, just getting better with going within and balancing the inner and the outer, balancing the highs and the lows, balancing the, just in this living space that we have between our higher and our lower self, balancing that out. The more we go within and do the shadow work, again, check out the shadow work playlist. You can get out the program to get really in depth in the shadow work. The program is 30 videos. It goes through the law of attraction, goes through the holistic law of attraction, shadow work, and the inner child healing. But when we go within, again, there's this awakening that everything is really working for your highest good here. And there is no need to be worried or fearful. You really get this kind of natural courage because you just know, you just have that alignment with, again, the universe and God. You just can feel it. And it's just one of these things, there's almost this kind of ground. We have Mercury's in Taurus. We have some earthy energy We had Virgo on earlier. Again, thank you for commenting. But again, it is a really good time to go within. So, if you want crazy things to happen, it's like have this open-minded energy about going within, because there's a lot of magic. There is a lot of magic to this right now, and we're just getting started. Like, you guys might have come a long way, might have come a little ways. It might have, taught us a lot even already. And that's great. That's exactly what we want. And the lessons, we have to understand and be okay with the fact that sometimes the lessons are hard. The best lessons, might be sometimes the hardest to learn. The biggest lessons, you know what I mean? And again, there's always that aspect of take care of things while they're small. Take care of the little things, that before they get out of control, you can still handle them. And it's allowed to quote as well, like with the Tao Te Ching, like take care of the problems before they get to be big problems. And that is just a kind of an overlying way to live. Again, one of those things that you just do, and that becomes a habit for you. So you don't, that life is just going your way. Believe that everybody, again, ancestors, angels, any spirit guides, just vague energies of love and light, all are just helping you. Like your imagination, was it Einstein? Einstein quotes about imagination is like the biggest thing in the universe, the best thing. I don't know. What is that quote? Somebody tell me that quote. I don't even know if my chat's still on. No, because when I got kicked off, to those of you who did stop by. Okay, wait, I want to just get a little bit, because I don't know. I think we just did blockages and then got distracted. As usual, intuitive, you just got to go. You just got to go with the flow. We dropped this one on the floor. I want to make a note about that. Taking 4 and taking a quick sip. So, we might be hyper-focused, again, and that can block us from seeing the truth or wanting to be able to kind of give the truth. And there's really kind of an opening up. We talked about this as far as divine masculine's emotions, okay? But at this point, there's kind of, I don't want to say push come to shove, but I'm just going to say very concisely here, whatever divine masculine is doing is working. Divine feminine. Whatever divine feminine is doing, I think is working, because our solution here, look at this. We have obviously a new beginning with actions. We are really following through with these actions. We're jumping in. Something that, again, that you needed to do. That you should do it. That it, you just know, and you've known it. I feel like you've known it for a while. But now you're finally doing it. And that's, it may be right now, it may be a little bit in the past, maybe coming up in your future, but you're making this decision, okay? And it is powerful, okay? This spiritual any kind of enlightenment that you've been doing, and actually facing yourself. Could be facing the fears. Okay, we're being courageous here, and it's kind of like, okay, ready to go. This is a very interesting Fool card. But, with the Fool, we really just let go. Let the music move you away, kind of urges. It's kind of feelings too. That there's really, and again, it's both sides. The divine masculine inside of the divine feminine, and the divine masculine inside of the divine masculine, all undergoing this emotional change and this willingness. That's why you're here. Welcome. I love how you have 4 and 4. That's just great. I just love it. 4. Angel number. Okay. And 4s are about, again, it just makes sense. Things are just, I think, starting to come together. logically, and we're feeling it. And again, divine masculine, it's kind of a surrender. It's so intense. They just know. They can't, it's like they are getting to that point where they just can't deny it, anymore. Not that they wanted to deny it. That's not what they're about, but there's always that, just that grounded, earthy, like, sense, to that divine masculine, that or fiery side too, where it just goes, and it goes, and that's what is. That's what follows. That's the cycle that you'll get into. Hope I'm making sense here. Okay. So, of course, we all are really, I think a lot of us are honestly in a funk, and we really honestly just want to do what feels good. But it's a temptation, because we don't, again, with the whole kind of strength card that we've been playing lately, I feel like we haven't really necessarily been wanting to just be all open, all completely, there's some reservations here. Again, the mind might be kind of edging out a little bit over the emotions. Okay? Because our Venus is in Gemini. So we have that, that mental aspect, to this higher love, and our also our Mars is still in Aquarius until the 12th of May. So we also have an airy, our even our lower, like our sexual drive is more into, the air. It's into our emotions, or excuse me, it's into our, our mind and our intellect. Okay, so we've still got all this air, and I think that's really kind of, it's giving us a way to kind of understand. I think that's kind of why maybe divine masculine is really feeling their emotions so much, is because there's this openness between the intellectual side and the emotional side. Because again, like I said, we have Venus is in Gemini, and our Mars is in Aquarius. Okay, so it's very airy for both, for all of our higher and our lower sides, you could say, of love. And of course, with the Scorpio moon, again, that's why we want to just go deep, 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 deep. We're not messing around. We are down to earth, down to the nitty gritty, wanting to TCB, take care of business. Okay, none of this lollygagging and whatever else, you want to call it. We want results, that's kind of ingrained in our culture anyways. We want results, and we want it now, and we just kind of have to ease into it. And we have to remember that I think it's good at this point to really remember that this is not just about you, not just about you and your person, not just about me. This is about all of us together. How we get along together. We've got to get along with numerous people. We've really got to make sure that we're up for the task, that we're ready to give ourselves, because giving ourselves deeply, the way we really want to give ourselves deeply to our person, the way we want to do that, it should make you want to be a better person. Okay. And if you're not feeling that, then that might be a sign, then maybe you're not with the person that you should be. Your person should be making you want to be a better person. And that's the pull that, especially with divine masculine coming back, with not having masculine, might be off by themselves, in this other realm again. But it's about this belief. Do not worry, just believe, and take care of yourself. And again, prepare for this new sort of role that I think you're just going to sink into, in a way. Just kind of relax. There's a big thing into this. We're trying to stay grounded while we go through this emotional time, basically. Okay. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it for our full moon, guys. I had a lot of fun. Hopefully I'll get better at the chatting aspect. I still... Okay. Yeah, it's like, I guess it just goes away. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Jada McKnight. Thank you, Lewis Loveless. Let's see if I can scroll up. Thank you guys for being here. Yes. I will be back soon. Like I said, we'll get better at this. We will do this more often. Hopefully I can get a schedule that I usually post kind of more in the mornings. But maybe on the weekends more. I don't know. Maybe I'll want to do some live videos. I just got to feel it out. So live readings, yeah, I'd be open to that. Absolutely. That might actually help. That might actually be really cool. Something that I might look into. So just email me or, whatever. I think that's probably the best thing. The email is down in the description box below. So thank you guys so much. Much love, many blessings. Hope you're doing so, so, so well. Remember how very necessary you are. Again, you're not just here for yourself and your own pleasure, although that is important. You're not really here for your person solely, although they're so important, and it's important that you're here for them. But it's everything. You're here. Again, our imagination can kind of help us to push forward into the world. So yeah, I am actually off tomorrow, so I should be able to catch up on all the readings that have been ordered up until this point, at least. So thank you guys for everything. Thanks for all the donations. I just am so grateful for everything. I could go on and on about why, but I'll just leave it at that. Again, have a good night, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.